Hey chat, how are we doing today? I am in a bit of a spot of trouble, to be honest with you. Not because like I'm still attempting to do this whole Blender project and that, but it's currently abnormally hot outside, and because of that, I am now cooking alive in my room. I was running my computer to do some rendering earlier, and it's now probably far hotter than in here than it should be for when I'm streaming. So I've got copious amounts of towels on me, like wet towels, to make sure I don't cook alive while I'm doing this. Now, when we left off, it was the rest of the body. I did a little bit of editing off stream with these just to make it conform to the model a bit better. Nothing all that important though. Now, I'm probably going to... But if I merge those two together, it's going to cause issues. I'm just going to do the retopology here. So, add a mesh, add circle. I'm going to probably set this to 12? I mean, like, I know it's a small area, but at the same time, it's also the eye, so it's going to have a lot of detail in it. Now, if I need to make sure I turn snapping on. Now, first thing I need to do is I need to mirror that on the head. Solidify. Actually, no, it's not solidified. Shrink wrap. Dumbass. And then it is above surface. Actually, no. Outside surface? Am I dumb? How did I manage to forget the one thing that I was supposed to be doing? Average cyclonic moment, I swear. Okay, so if I think that should be sufficient for... Because that's the same as the hands, right? Yeah, it's the same as the hands. Alright, let's just page this and grab that. Now it's time to position all of these. So I can retopologize this head correctly. Make sure I really get around the ridges here. But yeah, it's like unseasonably hot at the moment. It's... I'd say yes, probably like about 28 at the moment. It is blinding bright outside. I made the mistake of opening my curtain to check that. Ow. But yeah, it's like unseasonably bright and warm for autumn. So, fuck me, I guess. Now, if I extrude and scale, yeah. I just need to move these about until it's relatively even. Now, I swear to God, I have a retopology sheet here, like, on my person. I just need to find it in my absolute graveyard of files. Where did I put this, even? Oh, yeah, I also... The reason why it's so hot in this room in particular is because I was doing hair cards before the stream started. Because we are going to need those a bit later. Now, where did I throw this PDF file? There we go. Edge loops and folds. So that's good. Now we probably need to... I wonder if I can just add a plane here. Just make sure I get position. Okay, now it should stay plain. Oh, I need to turn this down. Even further. Oh, just want to form this to face itself. Now I can do this. Up, down a bit, because I want to do it equally all the way. Oh, this is this is the wrong way around. I did not intend for that to happen. Because now instead of going the way I want it to, it's going the opposite direction. So if I delete those, I can now extrude. Make sure I measure the distance. Alright, now I can extrude these now. Then that, rotate it. This vaguely sounds like Spyro music, and I do not know. Like, a lot of the tracks in here seem to be pretty similar to stuff that I've already heard in the past. So, I guess that's just a me problem. Each side this one match. And then that one. One down. And then straighten that one out, rotate it. So I want to try and keep roughly a similar amount of vertices and edges as the eyes. Up. This is by no means, however, a good representation of what free topology is actually like. And then that goes up over those. Yeah. Ah, I've got to turn on click. And here Zero is again with his incessant need to play Kingdom Hearts 3. Will he crash again? Let's find out. And then I want to extrude these upwards. Let's see if this is good enough. Because what I can do after this is just do loop cuts, so I can just do that. Now this does result in a bit of a hole. So I'm going to scale this. And then this one. Oh, let me do that. And yet for some reason it continues to do it. Did I flip orientation at all? No. If I delete these edges... Ah. So there's a bunch of overlapping edges on these. So if I... If I fill this in... Ah, what an annoyance. Alright, fill this one in. Extrude this across the X. Extrude this across the X as well. Fill those in. And yet it still breaks. There's no overlaps anymore, so I don't know what the deal with this thing is. I think it's just doing this to annoy me. If I fill this in, yeah, that works as intended, but the second I get to this spot, it doesn't seem to want to do what I asked it. As is common for Blender, apparently. Okay, edges, just delete all those. Now if I fill this in, okay, yep, that works. Now if I these in. Now that does leave me with a bit of an end gone here. If I split this here, it should work. I'd need to fill that. Ah, but you see, the only problem here is that now it redirects that way, and I don't really want that. Should have thought about that. If I fill this one in, yeah. That should, yep, give me a good edge loop there and there, and then I can probably just this one perhaps. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, that looks alright. And then scale that inwards. Make sure I really get into these crevices. Unfortunately, it seems that Blender wants to fight me every step of the way. Why are you not even on the correct spot? Oh well, Blender moment, I guess. That should be okay, I guess. Just need to force these to conform to the mesh shapes. Now if I grab this, it seems to be a little bit easier. So I might have to add an extra edge loop in here to give it more geometry to work with. Slide that in. I probably need to get rid of that for now. Just really fill this in. Now if I bring those in. Yeah, it's like really annoyed that I'm trying to do this. Okay, what's going on here? Alright, just make sure I get to, like, right to the very edges of the eye socket. And then I'll just deal with the shrink wrap in a minute. The ears look so weird when you can see them through the head. Because they're just there now. At least for the time being. Okay. I want to try and conform this to the inside of the eye, if at all possible. It's gonna look a little bit messy at first, but I'm sure it will turn out fine. And that back towards there. A, E, and then Y. Need to move this out of the way as well. Now if I turn the eyes back on, yeah. The only issue is this stupid bit of geometry here. Like, what are you playing at, Blender? There's no reason for it to look like that. Alright, let's check the edge loops on this. Yeah, that looks alright. That should be enough geometry for the eyes, because it's not like it's going to be animated or anything along those lines. So now all I have to do is fill this in. So just fill that. Fill that. Am I dumb? Like, I feel like there should be a different way to do this. If I filled this, it would just, yeah, leave a whole bunch of geometry I didn't ask for. Alright, let's just delete those two. Try connecting these together. Actually, no, let's just fill in the entire thing first, and then join these together as needed. 6. 6 as well. I'll just drag some of these along. Make it just a smidge more consistent. Even this one, just drag that across a bit. Like that. Drag that. Now this one, just move that around a bit. It's a little bit stretched though if I do that, but that's okay. I can just fix that. So it's together. join these two. 4. Like, I know people aren't generally going to see it, but I do want this to be real. So, yeah, I think that's all. It's just stuck to the... Why is it stuck like that? Please stop. Okay, now if I grab this, it just goes to the back. Okay. Alright, grab the Y. Now if I put this back on. And just slide it across, so even the socket. Right, now if I bring these back. So next bit I should probably do is like the forehead. I probably want this like fairly high up, right? There. And then that actually goes all the way down to almost the ears, so I need to grab that. I'm just like looking at the guide at this point. And then follow the draw line down. Right. And then that leads straight into the area of the mouth. Okay, this. And just like that. Probably need to add extra bit right here actually. Alright, just about good for this portion. I might need to space this out a bit better. As well. Actually, on second thought, now that I hear this song again, this isn't necessarily a Beats or Windows Destruction song. This is just like one of those racing games that you might find on like the NES or something like that. Would probably be a more accurate description of it. Okay. Let's see. And now it's time to attempt to do the mouth. Just do as much geometry as I need around here because I can just remove it afterwards. Now, how many is this? So that's 5 faces here, and that's 4 here, so just need to stay around. And this is actually quite some intensive work, and not just for the computer either. Roll that up. Roll this down a bit further. So if I check this, this should be 5, yep, and then 5 here. Yes. And slide that down. And then true then scale it in. I'll try and get the splits as best I can. Slide those along. Okay, maybe not quite that much. Maybe I need to move these prior to extruding them out. Down there. Okay, maybe not quite that far. Just slide these to that up now better. Actually, yeah. Those screw to shift them. Alright, now we can put these in. Actually, would filling this in be better? How many vertices do we have? 13. So if I subdivide this, okay, let's see. So that's 5 there, 5 there. So it's this one I need to join up. And then we just start joining these. And then with face mode, I can inset them. Boundary. There we go, we've got lips. Now I just need to probably extrude these out a bit. Should be good for the mouth. Now I just need to connect these two to the nose. Just quickly save that. Dang, why is it doing this? Oh, we're really being this rude? Why are you like this, Splendor? You could be any other way and you choose to be this way. The phase project with you. It should be sufficient for the nose. I probably want to rotate this slightly and start extruding and scaling it. Yeah. So have I got enough here? So that one goes there, that one goes there. That one goes down a bit further. Oh good lord, no I definitely don't. So like that, like that, like that. That one actually conforms up to this one here. Down, and then this one fills. If I'm not mistaken, I do need to... Ah, but that's already a pole, isn't it? Alright, that should be fine. Probably... I'm thinking that that's probably a little bit too much. The nose. Because, like, it goes all the way down through the lips, and I don't quite want that. So, I probably need to find some way to split this. So much easier if I could actually zoom in on this. Oh, wait a minute, this is maybe 200%. Yeah. So, that already goes into a pole. That one is not a pole, though. I mean, that is a pole, but it's not a 5-sided pole. So I can do this. Because if I do that, just... Actually, no, that might work. The unfortunate thing is it still leaves a 3-edged pole there. Which I don't particularly... Actually, yeah. It does unfortunately leave that behind. And honestly, I think it's actually probably decent flow, so I'm going to leave that alone for the time being. If I encounter any problems, then I know what to blame. Okay, and this one I need to... Ah, that is not a good look. I would have to add more geometry there, and that's not going to be helpful to me. I wonder if I delete this and form it down here more, maybe I'd be able to get away with that. We'll see. Because if I did this and split that, it does give me more geometry to work with still. I just need to find somewhere to attach this point to. Because if I try to merge this anywhere at the moment, it's going to break. Oh, I know how to fix this. I can just... But I need more geometry first before I can get away with that. I think this is actually not my best option. Because it will define the looks a bit more. Now, if I grab one of these, I can inset them. And that should be good. Might need to move these around a little bit. Blender's not enjoying rendering of this, which means it's going to probably cause issues. I believe these are actually concave quads, which is not helpful to me. Like, it's not nearly as bad without the inset. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it be for the time being. So I'm going to build these, and then I'm just going to join them together. Now, the next area to join in is actually this here. I'll probably join it to here. Let's give it, like, say 3 little parts. Those in. Actually, I'll remove these for the second. And I do need to form this up towards the eye. So I need to do this. And join these together. And if I extrude this down, I can pull that in. Oh, let's fill this first. That. Probably, yeah, need an extra loop up there. Those. Ah, that's a triangle. And then, yeah, just leave a triangle there. Now, do I need any more facial geometry around here? The answer is probably not. Can I get rid of any geometry around here? Answer is also probably not. Because this is required for the nose. So is that one. So can I get away with doing this? No, because then it will just lessen the amount of geometry I still have access to. I guess I just add an extra loop cut here then. Not much more I can do about that. Smooth vertices, and I always forget that smoothing vertices causes the clipping to break. So if I grab this, and then Control I smooth these. It still pulls it away. Gosh dang it. Okay, now I smooth these. Okay, that's a bit better. I have no idea what that song was, Chad, I'll be honest. Okay, let's do 3 for this. Again. I have to fill these in. I can also fill these in. I'm just going to slide this back a bit. Same with this one. Actually, no, not that one. I do, however, need to each slide these ones back because they are just way too close together. How does this keep happening? Good lord. Let's see. I can't do along the normals though. For some reason, that is exclusive to base mode, and I couldn't tell you why that is. Okay, guess we're just doing this like this then. Need to edge slide that along, because that is far too far apart. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back a bit. Those in. That in. That. Then, if I each slide this. This is so many things that are probably completely unnecessary. Maybe I should just add a couple of extra loop cuts in. Probably don't need this much though. So I will fill that one in. Actually, it'd probably be better if I filled in this one instead. And then I fill this one in. What I really need to make sure of is making sure that there's no 6 pointed holes. And up. Grab these, them up as well. And this Retopology is so much easier when it's not a human form that you're trying to retopologize. Alright, now I can start with this. I just want to get the shape down for this bald head. I almost pulled a Cub Scouts there and called him a bald-headed hoe. And now that I've said that, I have in fact gone full circle and actually done so. Bruh. Right. And grab these. Come back into the correct position. Hello, hey Foxy, how you doing? I'm currently boiling alive like a roast potato. I have no idea why it's so hot at the moment. Gonna lurk for now since I'm in pressure trying to beat it, but I'll be right back. Alright, good luck, Foxy. You're probably going to need it. I can probably get rid of this one. Okay, let's get rid of a couple more of these. Move that one down, move that one. Probably get rid of this one. And then edge slide this one across. To make up for the thing. Yeah, okay, cool. Now needs to be some truth down here. What? And yeah, if I smooth these now, it just, for whatever reason, decides that it wants to break. So I need to somehow select everything that is not on this middle line to smooth it. Okay, maybe I can S. Actually, S Y. Right. Okay, that's alright. No, it's not. Okay. Let's cross. And the lot at the back. Yippee, goodbye. I don't know why they keep trying. I wonder if there's a way to automatically block them. There probably is. I just haven't gone around to doing it yet. Well, the topology for the ear section is quite weird. I need to probably just extrude around all of this stuff. Okay, so then just make sure that the topology is at least relatively even around the place. Every time that I want to select something, for some reason it just decides that it wants to select this as well. Like, why is that a function exactly? I'm genuinely curious. I'm not even annoyed, I'm just curious. Why is that a function? And that in. Let's fill this for now. Then that. That. I just merge that together and then fill that in. Or doing that. That does present a slight issue for the underside of the neck. So maybe I won't go through with that one. Man, their neck, like, their throat topology is so much better than mine. Like, good lord. I know I'm basically a beginner and all that fun stuff, but this is bad even for me. Let's try this instead. Instead of going for it directly from the side of the head, why don't I just start from here first? So how much is here? 7. So if I subdivide this, it will give me... yeah, 8 to work with. So if I fill that in... and join that... If I join that, though, it just doesn't quite work the same. Yeah, okay. What if I did this? What is with this creepy pasta-esque music? What's the deal? Are we having one of those streams? It's not Halloween at the moment. Okay, let's fill this in. Okay, I think that works a bit better. Yeah, I think that is correct. Now, something's going on here. No. That redirects there. The only problem I have is that actually redirects all the way back up to here. But given, like, the way it looked before, I'm not complaining. Now I just need to figure out how I'm going to... I can actually just turn a couple things off here. I can get rid of this, and then I can get rid of that as well. So I can work exclusively on that. And that. Oh, that turns out to be a try actually. This one. That in. Yeah, how do I get all of this filled? that in. Just that. That should be good for control. Alright, let's fill this in. Continue on here. I still need to do the ears and connect everything together, but I should be able to get that done today. Okay, like that. Like that. But there's nowhere to attach it now. I wonder if there is a way I can split this. If I split that like that. Oh, of course, I can just do this. And if I collapse those two together, or at least it should have collapsed them. There we go. There we go. I'll probably even say that's too little technology. Let's build this in. There. Alright, got that all done. Yeah. Set that up. Going now. Just like this. Way just like this. Should be fine. I just need to find a way to fill this slot. I'm back and I hate the game even more now. It's not even about skill anymore. It's literally RNG based. What is RNG based about pressure? X, just move that up, move this down actually. Like, what is RNG based about that particular horror game? Because as far as I could tell from what little I've played of it, it's not really all that RNG based. Those two in. What a conundrum. I brought this upon myself by having so much topology here in the first place. that in. I just need to sign that up. Oh, what the hell are these two doing here? Where'd these even come? Huh? Okay, Blender, can you please stop this? Like, that was completely unnecessary. You didn't have to grab stuff from all the way on the other side of the mesh. Bruh. I had so much shit: flashlight, lantern, medkits, flash beacon, code breaches, and sprint syringes, and I died to a room with 3 effing turrets. Oh yeah, I forgot that pressure is kind of like doors and that sort of thing, right? Where each room is randomly generated, I believe it is. If so, that's rough as hell. I'm sorry, Foxy. And actually probably need to do it back a bit. If I join these together. So, merge, center. Should be able to just fill this in, right? Yep. I probably don't need to be doing this many down merges, but that should be fine. As I said, nobody else is going to be using this thing except for me. Chances are I probably won't even use it for anything. Well, I suppose if I wanted to be funny, I could list this on whatever 3D modeling sites and have it be game-ready assets and let an AI try to use it. That would be quite funny. But I'm not going to let my work be used like that, no matter how funny it might be. Actually, yeah, I am going to fill all this in. Actually, no, I'm not. Never mind. I lied. Sorry, chat. Should be able to just do this. I should be able to merge these two together at the center. How many have I got here? 20... Okay, it's actually 20 verts, but 21 edges. Interesting to see how this one goes. Cyclonic, you wouldn't believe how many goddamn times I have gone to the crystal part just to fucking die not long after because of having no items from bad RNG and it being pitch black preventing me from seeing where to go. I'm sorry, that they have the entire thing be pitch black. Like, I know it's a horror game, but good lord. Like, is things being pitch black strictly necessary? I can just, yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Where's it going? You know what? Actually, that does track. The topology is a little bit garbage, but what can you do? I'll get better as time goes on, I think. I do, however, want to form these a little bit better around the ear before I start. I mean, I literally have my brightness as high as it can go and I still can't see without light. Yeah, that sounds a bit silly, to be honest. It's like, what is it? Fish? Has that ridiculously dark areas and then they just don't let you see a damn thing. Like, what is that about? Like, is it really necessary for things to be that pitch black? Like, I didn't think so. If I try to pull that up, it's just gonna pull geometry away from where it needs to be. How inconvenient. So if I move this now, it's a little bit better. The only problem is that there's not enough geometry around here. In fact, I wonder if I can veto this section here and have these two areas here which I've previously gotten rid of joined together instead. So if I delete those and fill that in. So let's do 4 now. Oh, that was actually the exact amount that I needed. Convenient. Like, extremely convenient. I have a whopping 60 deaths in that game, and not a single win from the main part of the game. I'm not including the hunt and the FNAF copy. Out of all of those times, I've gone to the crystal at least 5 times just to die not long after getting to it. Yeah, that does sound pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. Like, is there any difficulty adjustment for the game? At all? I feel like there should be difficulty adjustment for the game. Okay, that is a lot better. Let's just move the ears for a moment. If it was doors, I would have done had like 3 wins by now. Yeah, I believe that. You're very much a massive doors person, aren't you? Alright, so that's the head done at long last. That took me far longer than strictly necessary to do. I wonder if I can get rid of one of these. Control X that. But if I get rid of that, that's just going to leave the head gone. Don't particularly want that. There is topology here that could be changed up a bit. So if I get rid of this and just move this up. So yeah, that would be roughly standard. So how do I get rid of this end on? Probably by deleting this. Need to... So I actually need to dissolve the vertices. And then filling that one in will give me that. And then this one here will give me that. And I can pull these back a bit. Or even just these ones along. Okay, and this one as well, just move it along. Alright, I think we're just about good, chat. It honestly makes me feel like I'm literally reliving super hard mode for doors all over again, but at least in that I actually beat it after 3 days. Yeah, like, I don't know what to say, Foxy. It sounds like the game is just stupidly difficult for no reason other than the fact that it can be. Like, I'm all for a rage game every so often, but even I know when, like, it's just not worth it to continue playing. Maybe you should reconsider whether it's worth your time to try and beat it. It literally is, though, Lamau. Like, I don't know, if I had to compare it to something, it certainly sounds like the Cat Mario of horror games. If, for want of a better term. Ah, hell. I need to have this on face nearest. There we go. Right, cool. Finally done this. Now, the thing is, I actually have to connect this to the body, but I'll do that in just a moment. I want to do the ears first. So, in order to do that, I need to get rid of the head recall for just a moment. Head retop. A bit of the apology section, and because I do need to merge these down. Save that, Control J, stop mode. Now I need to carefully smooth these two. Actually no, because I can't. I have to remesh this. Oh, Blender was not happy with that one, but that's fine. I think the remesh options for these two are quite similar initially, so I shouldn't have too much of a problem with it. Alright, so if I go into the head retopology now, I can now edit these back into shape. If I extrude these out, I can cover the ear with them. Certainly not going to be easy, that's for sure, chap. It'll be nice to finally get this project done. God knows I've tried several times to succeed. And it's never quite got there until today, basically. Well, anyway. Yeah, anyway, after you complained about that god-awful game for the past several minutes. Not that I can blame you, of course. I felt much the same way with a lot of games when it comes to Roblox events in general. Like good old Shopping Wars, for example. Ah, I forgot to fix the topology on that. Good thing. I'll shut up about pressure. By all means, continue if you feel the need to, Foxy. I'm not going to stop you. I just need to like that. Mesh it. There we go. Now it's what it should be. And back to edit for this thing. That. It's okay, I've already made my complaints about it, yeah. Should I just complain about the Roblox events for like the next couple of minutes? Because I may have a thing or two to say about them. And more specifically, I have a question for God. Why is everyone so obsessed with Ready Player One? It was not a good event. Everyone was just like, oh, Ready Player One was the best event that Roblox ever made. No, it wasn't. No, the hell it was not. I genuinely don't understand the obsession with it. I mean, like, yeah, sure, RPO, compared to a lot of the events that Roblox did back in the day, was really good. Like, yeah, what did you do? But you've got things like the original, like, especially with 2017 and 2018, you've got the egg hunts. Like, those were actually good events. But everyone was just like, oh, Ready Player One was the best event. But they seem to forget the fact that a lot of people suffered during that. And I do mean a lot of people. I remember struggling so much with that stupid gun game in the Ready Player 2 event. Oh, and the hunt? Or are we talking about RPO 2 specifically? Because I don't remember RPO 2 having a gun event in it. It's hilarious because everyone seems to forget that RP2, like Ready Player 2, was actually an event that Roblox did. Like, I find it incredibly funny that people keep forgetting about the actual Ready Player 2. Because they conflate it with things like RB Battles or The Hunt Mega Edition. But those are two entirely different kettles of fish, so to speak. Like, I believe Ready Player 2 had things like Piggy and whatnot in it. It was a really long time ago. But anyway, my point is, Ready Player 1, like the Roblox event, was not a good event, and I'm tired of everyone making it out like it is. Because it is not. Like, I hated... Like, admittedly, for a while, I absolutely despised Egg Hunt 2018. Not because it was a bad event, but because it was interconnected with Ready Player 1. And I feel like Roblox cheated, because they said, oh yeah, everything for Ready Player 1 is accessible from the get-go. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. And it was because of the 2018 Egg Hunt. Because what they did was they hid the final part of the Ready Player 1 event in the Egg Hunt. Literally going against their own... Well, I wouldn't say their own rules, but like against their own claims, which they said that everything was accessible from the beginning. So, like, I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that Ready Player 2 was not a good event. Oh, sorry, Ready Player 1, rather, was not a good event. Like, I could complain about it all day, but, like, between the RNG required to beat Jailbreak, which I actually did do, so I was one of the people who got the Copper Crown of Silver, I believe it's called. And I do wear it for events sometimes because I think it's funny. But I don't remember the name of the game, but it was the one that had the glitchy teapot head, I think. It was that game where you had to find certain symbols hidden on walls, and they were super hard to find. You had to be on certain maps for it, and once you did find the door to unlock with the symbols, once it teleported you, it was hard to kill the zombies in certain parts. To be honest, I did not give Ready Player 2 any time of day, quite frankly. Like, I just didn't even acknowledge the fact that it existed for the most part, so I don't remember genuinely. Like, I genuinely don't remember the event at all. Like, I know I was involved. Like, I know there was Bee Swarm Simulator and Piggy. Of that, I am certain. But other than that, I don't remember any of the other games involved with that particular event. And I think it's part of the reason why I dread seeing Arsenal in a, in any capacity when it comes to an event. Even though all of their stuff bangs, Like, it's part of the reason why I don't like seeing their name in the event. It's not because they make bad event games, it's just that I have PTSD from Ready Player One. Like, that's it, that's the joke. There's no other reason as to why I react that way. I just am like that. Alright, let's try this. So, join that together. Join that together. Join that. And then if we join those two, that is an ear. So if I hide the head, like there we go, we finally got a head retopologized. But I remember, yeah, it was BS, Piggy, that gun game, Shark Bite, some high school RP game, and the other ones. Okay, to be fair, Robloxian High School's one wasn't bad in the traditional sense, but they did need to fix that obby. They really did. I forgot that Robloxian High School was actually in that event. It's been quite a while. So I'm going to start deleting some of these. I'm actually going to save this first. But yeah, I don't... Like, I think Ready Player 2 was objectively worse than RPO just because of the way it was run. But I personally think RPO is bad because of the way that people ended up treating Roku. Oh my god, I know, right? I remember dying so many times in stupid places just because of my tail or wings. Yeah, they made, like, the accessories be hitboxable as well. And then at the end of the obby, you have to be so precise with your jump to jump into something you can't even see. Like, it's really silly. Like, don't get me wrong, the obby was good, but the way that they went about it could have used some work. So, if I get rid of the torso now. So I believe it starts from around about here. So if I bring the torso back... Oh yeah, I forgot I can literally just stick my head in here and just click everything. That's funny. Okay, so get rid of these. Probably get rid of these two as well. And this edge loop here. And then I think everything else I can probably just get away with. Or can I? I can probably get rid of that one. I wasn't around for RPO since that was before I made my account. Yeah. Like, there's a fucking joke I want to make here, right? And it's this meme. Hang on, let me grab it up. Like, whenever I think about all the shit that's happened in life, I just immediately think of come on, let me get this stupid image up. It's just this image. And like the first image is a Swedish man making a voxel block game in I believe it's 2012. And then the end domino is is people just absolutely destroying their vocal cords over RPO. Because without Notch making Minecraft, I would not have met Charlie, which would not have resulted in me joining Roblox, which would have resulted in me not destroying my throat to Ready Player One. Which sounds like some of the wildest shit imaginable, but that's it. That's just the joke. Also, I just realized that I forgot to symmetrize the head. So the ear is just caved in on this side. So I'll just quickly symmetrized from pos to negative. Just give it a moment. Nope, never mind. Wrong way. I always get that wrong. And now we symmetrize. And now we have ears. Wowie. Yeah, it really is the domino effect when it comes to anything that involves me. Is that you can trace it all back to just some of the wildest things imaginable. Like, it just feels like I'm a consequence of other people's actions in life. And people have only just started realizing that that's a thing that happens. Now, how did this split apart? Huh? Hello? I guess I didn't fill that in properly. Okay. And then I need to do some editing on the head too. In fact, I'm actually willing to bet that Charles is the reason. Like, Charles and Minecraft is the reason why I'm even still existing at all. Like, everything that's happened since 2012 involving me has been directly because of Minecraft. Like, because of Minecraft and Charles specifically. Actually, no, not 2012. Everything since 2013, actually. Like, everything that's involved me since 2013 has been directly a result of Minecraft and Charles just existing in general. So if you want to blame anyone for this abomination standing in front of you, you know who to blame. You know what's funny, speaking of Roblox events? I mean, go ahead. But I maintain the fact that 2017 Egg Hunt was the best Roblox event. And the fact that they tried to sully it with, like Ready Player 1 and all that just pissed me off. Like, that's a personal offense to me. I'm gonna say probably this. Actually, I'm gonna say first before I do that. I think that's relatively accurate for what the next going to look like. The 2020 Egg Hunt was the event that I met Mike. Oh, that's really unfortunate, actually. 2020 Egg Hunt was probably the worst one. Mike McLeod or Mikey Dude? You're gonna have to be a bit more specific. I know several of them. I'm assuming you mean Twisted Pandora Mike. Although I won't rule Mikey Dude out. Okay, I need to... Okay. How do I go about this? I need to bring back the torso retopology. And then I need to apply the shrink wrap. Would applying the shrink wrap be the best course of action here? Because, like, I look at this and the thing is, like, 0.02. Maybe I can actually just set this to 0.5. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I can... He was streaming shooting the Star Creator Egg and I joined in. Yes, that, Mike. It was either 2019 or 2020 Egg Hunt, but still. That doesn't narrow it down, Foxy. Is it Mikey Dude or is it Twisted Pandora? You're gonna have to actually confirm this one for me. Alright, let's see. So I need to merge these. Actually, what I can do. This is... I'm going to turn this off for a second because this is going to turn to a mess quite quickly. So I need to join this. I need to bring back the head retopology. I need to mirror it around the torso, and then I need to target the torso as well. Now the only issue with that is it seems to have... Oh wait, it's because this is a... There we go. Right. Was saying yes to you, saying to Pandora. Okay, yeah. Understandable. Yeah, like back in the day, Mike was really on that grind for event stuff, huh? I think he still is to this day. And now I need to... I need to join... So... And I probably need to go into sculpt mode. I'm not going to do this, actually. And the reason why I'm not going to remesh that is because I know for a damn fact if I remesh this now, my computer is going to shit itself completely. So I'm not going to do that. I know better, I'm not doing it. Speaking of him, I actually played the Doors ranked mode with him last week. Well, yeah, I mean, I imagine he would have gone for that. I congratulated him on making the hunt leaderboards. Like, I know he probably put in as many, if not more, hours than I did trying to get onto that leaderboard, so... I mean, man deserves it, what can I say? Actually, what is Doors ranked mode anyway? Because, like, I saw it. Like, I saw the announcement for it, but I never actually played the ranked mode. Which is a bit silly of me, but... I mean, what can you do? Okay, what the hell is this? That's not the circus music, is it? It probably is, to be honest. Oh, okay, yeah. I accidentally... You know what, I'm just gonna delete this one. Because that's actually getting in the way. There we go, that's all I wanted. I was in a random lobby doing something before getting into a game, then randomly saw him in with me, and was moving my camera around to look for him, but didn't see him, so I joined a random elevator and he happened to be in there. That is a very lucky set of coincidences, Foxley, and honestly, I know you enjoy playing with him, so, like, good job. Good job for getting that lucky. Right. This. Just down. I need to... Yes. Yeah, I need to readjust all these because they are clipped inside the neck. But that's what I get for doing it this way, to be fair. Oh, I'm actually getting in my PC components on Tuesday, I think. So I took a gamble and ordered some PC parts off of a Chinese wholesale site. So it'll be interesting to see if I can put those together without completely destroying my house. And speaking of putting computers together, I was supposed to finish doing my, like, Rent-A-No project today. But I, in my infinite wisdom, did not think to check the stuff that I got from the local hardware store. Because I thought, oh yeah, angle grinder, I can, like, use this immediately. Not realizing that it didn't come with a battery. So I'm still waiting on... Still need to go and grab a battery for that. The sad part though, the server we got into was hella laggy, so I didn't last a long time in there with him, but I still recorded it. Hey, I mean, as long as you had fun, I guess. Now, this is 16 edges, and this one is 7. Oh, that's gonna be a mess. I need to add some extra geometry into here somewhere, perhaps. The problem is, if I add any geometry, it's going to start filling around the place. So I think the safest one is probably this one. Where does this lead? It leads right over the spinner too. If I add up here, it's just going to go straight into the arm, and I don't really want to be on the arm either. Also, ranked mode is literally just fast-paced doors combining all different rooms, levels, and entities together, but the catch is that people can throw shit at you. So you actively have to avoid all the entities spawning while avoiding the people targeting you, because you either have low health or in the front. Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually, I can just start merging some of these up. Actually, hang on. Can I, in any way at all, can I remove a thing from here? If I remove this one, right? Yeah, it just makes him flat-headed. If I move that... Well, I suppose it does technically work, but I don't quite like that. So maybe one of these I can remove? I'd need to find one that can actually take getting removed. Remove that one. Is that? No, I don't believe it does. That one probably does though. So if I remove that, I mean, yeah, that does become a gone, but I can probably just edit that so it's no longer as such. How would I go about editing this? Okay, what the hell? Okay, never mind. The game mode is hella laggy though, like I mentioned, so it makes it super hard for you to get very far, but it's only certain servers that lag the hell and back, not all of them. So it's really just a gamble whether you get a server you can actually complete or not, is what I'm gathering. And by doing those... I mean, yeah, it does give me that, but it also gives me the ability to... Okay, I think that works. Now, if I look at this... Oh, god damn it, it's now 15. Like, yeah, it's 16 edges, and then this is 7. Am I dumb? This was exactly what I wanted to do, right? Was to get rid of that one and just make it 15 along here. Sorry, chat, I have notoriously shit memory these days. And click up there. Join those together. Move that back down so it's not flipping in the face. Goldfish arm memory. Alright, now edges. Smooth those. Now I can make them into what I need. So if I move this along, fill that one in. that one in. This one. This in. And then start just filling these. I'm not gonna lie, I am honestly quite surprised that Mike is still friends with me, considering I haven't talked to him in ages. I'm surprised he even responded to my message, like, congratulating him on beating the hunter. Like, I am genuinely surprised he even bothered responding to that. Okay, that one in. So I suppose Mike is full of surprises now, Foxy. And then that's actually 8, but it's the wrong kind of 8. I need to fuse more of these together. So if I each slide this one up. That in. And then this. Fill that one in. Just like that. Bring it down. Fill this one in. Fill that. I don't think I'm wrong in assuming that one can be filled correctly. So if I fill this one in, be able to, yeah, fill that. And then I can just edge slide this one up, fill it, and then fill that again. I just need to edit the geometry around here so it performs a bit better. So if I grab all of these and edge slide them all down, same with these, just grab all of the conversion points and drag them down so they're just about on that line. I can then add some geometry there, and now it's no longer concave faces. I can now move these around so they fit the muscles a bit better. The only issue is now there's still some exposed back muscle, but it's not nearly as bad as it was before. The thing with Blender is that it's not only artistic, it's also very much a technical puzzle. Like, this requires a lot of understanding of how the system works. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of that, so I'm just going purely based off of vibes. Yeah, he came back to Discord a couple weeks ago, but didn't talk much, only a little bit in his server. Last thing he said was, no announcements for a while as I've been working on projects in the background, but when things get closer to fruition, I'll be posting more announcements and using this Discord often, which I found quite surprising. Yeah, completely understandable, actually. I think I'm just more surprised by the fact that he's actually, you know, giving updates. Which is not a thing the man is known for. I'm sorry, Mike, but you're just not known for giving updates. And that's coming from the person who just pops in and out of existence on a regular basis. Like, popcorn the kettle, I know, but still. I actually put this up to 0.1, perhaps. Hopefully the kid doesn't get too bulbous. And unfortunately it did in fact get a little too bulbous. Also, I know you're back there. Come here. Go, and I need Okay, it's not the end of the earth, I can work with this. Okay, the problem is the nose has decided it wants to be a mess again. Who gave you permission to be a mess? Because I most certainly didn't. Right, that should be fine, and then the rest of these will be more consistent. Yeah, those are some caked up lips. Well, they were, yeah. I can fix that pretty quickly, because it's just a matter of moving them so they're not overlapping each other. And then these things, I need to also set to 0.01. Unfortunately, actually, no, that's not too bad. I can work with those. And I need to grab all of these because they're not using the same one. And then copy modifiers. Cool. So what exactly is it that you're covering the body with? Oh, like this thing here. Like this entire retopology thing that I've been doing for the past couple of streams. It's designed so like it can be used for things like animation in games. Because like when you look at the body itself, like this is what the body is made up of. And the average game engine, while it could handle that, it would be very slow. Like, it would cause a lot of performance issues. If you were animating it, it would be very slow to animate because the computer would have to calculate each individual point at all times in order to be accurate. So instead of trying to use this weird, basically blacked out mesh for animation purposes, instead, what I can do is I can go through the process, which is retopology. And then with retopology, instead of having the blacked out, like completely filled with vertex situation, I've got this going, which is a lot easier to work with. And if I want really specific detail, what I can do is use a modifier called multi-resolution to get the details back. So I'll actually just quickly give you an example of that. I'm just going to quickly save this because I know for a fact that if I go too high on this, my computer's not going to like it. So if I pull up the multi-resolution modifier, that's what this is. So if I click the subdivide button, you see how it conforms a bit more to the body? So if I subdivide this and keep going, you can see more and more detail on the body. I think 4 is sufficient for this demonstration. And then what you can do is these options here on the right will let you dictate like how high the detail you want on the viewport. So this is the base mesh, and this is one subdivision, which basically, I guess for want of a better term, it multiplies the faces by 4 each time you click it. So this is like 4 times the amount, then it's 4 times the amount of the previous one, and then you keep going. And shockingly enough, this only goes up to, I believe, 7, and for good reason, because any higher than that, you've either basically got a NAS computer or you're just deliberately creating a fireball in your bedroom. So yeah, that's how retopology and multi-resolution works. And the reason why I'm very particular about poles, so just a quick lesson. Poles, so this is just your average vert, right? And this is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 4 edges, 4 of these things going into a vertex. And that's your standard quad-based topology. But then you have things like this, which is called a pole. This is when 3 or 5 or more edges are going into a vertex. Now, poles are not uncommon in character retopology. However, you do not want more than 6 edges going into a pole because otherwise it really pinches up the geometry. It makes it really hard to work with. So that's why you have to be really careful about your retopology. Now I need to connect these hands into the body. So yeah, it's all this stuff is really specific. Like, as much of an artistic endeavor as Blender is, it's also very much a technical one. So join that together. And then sculpt mode. What is the detailing on this? Because I know the last time I tried this, I basically damn near crashed my computer. If I retopologize now, though, the face is going to lose a lot of detail. So I'm going to... Okay, go into... Never mind, just join that together. Go into sculpt mode. Now, I believe the remesh is far too high for this. Because if I go around the nails, it goes to 0.004. I know for a fact that if I click remesh on this now, my Blender is going to crash. So I'm going to set this to probably... So that is like that. Now I do know the face is probably relatively close to what I want this to be. But if I retopologize now, it's going to crash my Blender. So I'm going to remesh this at probably 0.07 maybe would be my best option. At least I think that's correct. Alright, cross your fingers, chat. Oh! We actually managed to get the retopology going. Okay, I thought for a second there it was legitimately going to crash. So what I can do now is I can actually just grab this and smooth this out a bit. Okay, I'm going to redo that. I actually need to get the x-axis mirror in to smooth this out. Oh, this is so sexy, isn't it? Yeah, I knew. I heard the piano go, and I was just like, it's this goddamn song again. I really want the detail on the ears. Is there a way to remesh this without getting rid of all the detail on the head? I'm out. Yeah, Foxy, you're just laughing because I unfortunately immediately recognize that song whenever it comes up. Actually, what I can do is I can actually just ignore the retopol. I can ignore the remesh for now. So just go on to torso. So sex much worse. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much the song, huh? Okay, now this is 28 edges, and I've got to join that together. It's fine though. I want to rename this. Go body. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I just want to rename this so it changes to a color that I can actually see the difference between the retopology and the main body. Oh, come on, Blender. Maybe if I just have this... Like, come on! I just want, like, a green or a yellow or something. Can I, like... Yeah, no, it just stays the same color anyway. Okay, Blender is bullying me now. Drider, body... No, okay, here we go. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. So I need to, first of all, I need to get into sculpt mode. So this is the... I'm assuming anyway. Okay, don't do that. So, yep, Drider body, no retop. Go into sculpt mode. And then I just symmetrize, and the hand on the other side will magically fix itself. What symmetrize does is it takes one half of the mesh and mirrors it to the other side and joins it all together for you. Really useful thing to have. So this is 12 edges and this is 28. Okay, that's fine. So what I can do is I can start joining these down. Fill that in. We could just fill this in as well. Fill that one in. So now we've got 22 and I need 12. Alright. In. Put this one in. We're now at 18. Hand probably needs to be done a bit. So now we're at 14. Yeah, I think I'd prefer one of these to actually be done. Now this is actually 10, but what I can do is I can just boink that one. And now we're at 12 again. So it's time to join these together. And then these ones also need to be joined together. Actually, I'll just delete this one. It's all about getting the positioning correct too. Just like that, moving, and build. I think, yeah, this one needs to be filled in. If I fill these, it should provide me with what I need. Alright, cool. I just need to adjust these so they're not, you know, all wonky. But that should be the hands. Like, hands are relatively easy once you get the hang of it. At least in my personal opinion. Like, ironically, in, like, 2D art, hands are the arch nemesis of artists everywhere. Doing hand retopology, like, especially the wrist, is just the easiest thing in the world for me. Like, when I first started this out, I was like, oh god, I can't wait to realize that hands absolutely suck. But no, like, hands in 3D modeling are actually pretty good. Like, anything in 3D art that requires mirroring is just so much better than trying to do it in traditional art. Okay, I do actually need to do this. I do need to bevel it, but probably only need to do 2, and I can just make this one down a bit. And then we have the wrist. Foxy's just in the background fuming because I have an easier time of doing mirrorable parts than he does. I could probably actually... Can I dissolve this one? Yeah, and I can just pull this one back a bit. Actually, I can even move this one. No, I can't because that's actually connected to weaving. So, place that back where it belongs. I can most likely use this one. I just need to remove the areas where the webbing is and then edge slide it. There we go. Now the last thing I need to do is claws. Which is relatively easy. I can just grab all the claw retopology. Save this. Grab the torso retopology. Make sure the torso is the one up next. And then Control J to join those. Now, what I need to do is I need to get these and somehow get this thing connected to all these. So this is 8 verts, but these are 6 each for a total of 12. Now I think I can get away with merging these in. And then that gives me 10 versus 8. So I can probably merge these in. I can fill those two in. Oh me, I'm just in my background dozing off. Don't mind me. Yeah, I'm not worried. And then fill that in. Now this could be a bit of an issue. Because the problem is I can't really just merge these down by themselves. Because if I did this, it's still going to leave a triangle there. So it's just a teeny bit messy. But the other thing I can do, right, is I'm going to get something to eat, be right back. Okay, take your time. Yeah, I wonder if doing a loop cut in there, extruding that out a bit. But then I need to get rid of 2 of them somehow. So that's 8. 12 2 times would actually give me what I wanted. Okay, now if I... can't believe I have to do all this manually. Like, bruh. You couldn't at least give me a little bit of a hand blender? Like, I can get that side, but then this side just decides it doesn't want to play ball. Like, how rude can you be? And then this, that. Right, now, smooth these out. If I get those down here... ah, but then it just results in that, no? Because even if I were to edge slide these down, it would still be a bit jank. Alright, let's just grab these 2, edge slide them down for the moment. Grab this one, fill it. This one as well, fill that. Probably doesn't help that my room is slowly but surely heating up. No goddamn frog pot situation. So how do I merge this down into doing what I want it to? Because even if I merge these down, it turns into 6. Back? Welcome back, Foxy. I'm currently fighting with the cause. So if I were to fill these to it, it would just leave a triangle. However, if I fill these to it, and then fill those in, fill those in, and I join these, no, fill that in, But then that just results in endgame. What an annoyance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's like... I suppose technically I could collapse these. Like, I could collapse them at center. And that would technically make a quad, but I don't think it would be very clean. I don't think I could get away with that specifically. Or maybe. Nah, I don't think it's good enough, chat. Fighting toes? Yeah, I swear it's better when you see the context, but, one hell of a thing for me to say online, huh? Okay, so what other options do I have? I mean, rotating the cores isn't really an option either. Yeah, of course you're having a right chuckle at this, Foxy. So, like, the solution for this section here is pretty obvious because you can just fill these in. It's this middle part that's being an annoyance. Okay, what if I extrude this? Fill that in and just get these two in. So then... possibly I can actually just join these together using the fill command. And while it isn't necessarily the cleanest, it could absolutely be worse. So if I move to center, fill that in. Yeah, I think this is probably the best way to go about it, is just to have an extra edge loop in there. Because, I mean, nobody's going to be looking in between the toes, to be quite frank. And then... fill command, fill command. There we go. That's probably about as good as I'm going to get. Just edge slide this so it's a bit closer. Alright, time to do that for these ones as well. So that one to that one. Fill those in. Loop cut, loop cut. Fill that in. Subdivide. Fill that in, then subdivide that. Fill that, fill that. Fill these two. And then merge these. Merge the center, and then just fill these on. Why is this... hello? I do this... yeah, okay, now it's fixed. I was just like, why is this not working? Right, a couple more. And then we can do the actually fun part. And spread these, merge them from the get-go, if it will let me. So, merge at center. And then I think it's these ones. That. in, subdivide. It's really just filling in stuff at this point, just subdividing it. Oh, did not mean to do that. I can't really see whenever I hit something on the other side of the mesh, so it can be a little bit obnoxious sometimes. Close in. That. Fill that in, fill that in, and then fill that. Last one, chat. Or at least last one of this that I have to do. Merge at center. Fill this in. That. Fill, subdivide. Okay, full subdividing it. You know how this works, everyone. That one, again. Okay, and move these around. Alright, cool. We've now got a fully retopologized Drider. Now, there is a specific order that this next bit needs to go in. If I screw it up, there is a reasonable chance that I'll end up crashing my computer. So, into object mode, I need to add... Okay, first of all, I probably need to... Do I need to do the mirror? Probably. Keep the mirror on for now. Actually, if I keep the mirror, it's going to break it. Okay, so mirror first, then add the multi-res. Set it to probably 4 is sufficient for now. Alright. So it's set to 4. Now this actually needs to go, yeah, above the shrink wrap multiplier. So now it's multi-res, so it's multi-resolution first, then it's shrink wrapped on top of the body. And now I believe I have to apply the shrink wrap modifier before editing anything with multi-res. I assume. Let's do... Okay, how many triangles is this? 4 million. If I multi-res this one more time, it's going to be above 16 million. Can my computer handle 16 million while I'm on stream? I don't think it can. I don't think it can. Let's go into sculpt mode first. It needs to be torso retop though. Sculpt mode. The shrink wrap does... Okay, yeah, I need to apply the shrink wrap before I do anything with the multi-res. So now, if I sculpt this, yeah, it does what I want it to. The only problem is that I've now lost a good chunk of detail doing that. Oops, okay. Let's set this back down to 1. So this was initially 0.01. I probably need to set this to 0.05. And now, if I set this back up to 4, that remains relatively close to what it should be. Okay, so this is correct now. So if I do the shrink wrap modifier, apply it, and now I've got my drawing tablet on standby for once. Shockingly enough, yes, I have actually prepared this ahead of time. So no funny Windows connection disconnection noise. Now, this does need to be sculpted, and it needs to be done on the x-axis. So if I do this now, it's now going to be very smooth. I prefer to hand smooth these, and the only reason for that is because if I don't hand smooth these, it just looks really janky. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to edit these so there's no green left over. I'm going to smooth this out as much as I can without having parts of the body poke through. Actually, I wonder if maybe smoothing this might be a better option. Might be. We'll see. Okay, so I've got that going now. My room is getting markedly hotter now that I'm doing this. So sculpt mode. Want to use this to smooth out the body just enough. Because if I go too far, it just pokes through now. Ah, hell. Still doesn't anyway. Okay, so the other option I have is to apply this to the base before smoothing everything out. Okay, it doesn't like that. That's understandable. So I need to move this stuff about. It seems that this particular model is not going to finish off easily, huh? Okay, so make sure I've got symmetrize on this time, because apparently I didn't. Okay. Man, like, I hate the fact I have to... Like, I know I just said that I prefer to do it this way, but the fact that it's still poking through is a little bit obnoxious. In fact, I wonder if having it at a higher offset might help a bit more. Because I know it makes him look all puffy, but after smoothing it out, it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, sculpt mode. And get the smooth tool out. Okay, that's a bit better. So for some of these, I'm going to have to hand smooth, like the joins between the neck and the head and the hands as well. But I can work with that. Ugh, okay. Looks like the neck and the back are just really broken for some reason. Like, what is this? Why is that so odd? Like, why is that so much denser up there? Oh, right, because that's where the join is for the neck to the back. Like, it looks normal, but the second you actually try to smooth things out, it becomes a bit janky. Okay. Let's try smooth this out a bit. I wonder if... Okay, this might be risky, chat, but I am going to click level 5 and hope that my computer doesn't shit itself in its entirety. So I'm gonna alter these a bit. Just like that down, so it's a bit smoother. Okay. I'm going to apply the mirror, get the multi-res out. Pray for my computer, chat, because this is not going to be fun. Okay, I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to hit the button one more time. That's not a good sign. Okay, here we go. So I did manage to get to level 5. My computer is probably screaming at me. I thought this was going to be 16 million, but apparently no, it's just 12. Actually, it's 10. Okay. I'm going to apply the shrink wrap. And now I go into sculpt mode. Apparently the ear probably just doesn't have enough topology. Because, like, why is it like this? Probably needs to be inset, actually, now that I look at it, but... It's a bit late for that now. Let's just smooth this out. Now, if I smooth this, is it going to break? Not as much as it did before. I'll take it. The ears are a little puffy, as are the eyes, but I can do this. And I forgot to turn on the X-axis symmetry. Why am I like this? Like, the one thing that I have to remember to do, and I just don't remember to do it. Bruh. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna skip a couple of steps and just smooth this out. Alright, that should be good. There is a couple instances where the mesh pokes through, so I'm just going to undo that. And retry that again. There's still stuff poking through, like, bruh, can you give it a rest with the poke-throughs? Like, take the L, would you? I'm just about done with this project. I probably shouldn't have done that considering the fact that I've still got to do the eyes. That's whatever. I can just smooth these out. And shift that. It's clear. And then smooth out again. Now, there hasn't been any indication that I'm poking through on the... There we go. There's the poke through. Okay, Blended really doesn't like when I do that. Okay, just get rid of that. I hate the fact that it's not smoothing out in its entirety, but that's whatever. I might actually have to grab this. As much as I hate doing that. Like, this is not the time where you want to be using the grab brush, but it seems to be that I need to do so. Oh, good lord, I really got a swole. Like, this man's just gone hella bee stings, apparently. In the retopology process somewhere, he's just gotten a bunch of bee stings. Actually, I'm gonna revert this again. Because I am not enjoying how much smoothing I can do to this. So, if I do this again, multi-res, just click on it until my computer starts screaming at me. Might actually change this maybe to 0.07? Right, time to click subdivide until my computer tells me to go fuck myself. Just give it a moment, chat, and there we go. Now, I do need to lower the viewport a bit. If I set it to 0.05, then geometry starts sticking through. I don't really want that. Maybe above surface might be a better idea. And actually, no, that's... I accidentally added an extra 0, I'm sorry. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, above surface makes his eyes really puffy. Well, actually, no, that's just the offset setting. And if I do it on surface, it just goes about it really weirdly. Wait, hang on a second. Have I got... Okay, the claws are the only ones that are inverted. Alt N. Calculate outside. Thank you very much. Alright. Now if I get that back to normal. I'll have to just deal with it as it comes, unfortunately. Or even just 0.06. Like, how high does it need to be in order for it to no longer stick through? It seems to be 0.1. But if I have 0.1, it's just too... what a pest. If I grab this, it doesn't change anything. Five. Now if I can't on-cage this either, so I can't tell what I'm doing is correct or not. Yeah, it seems that it's mostly the knee joints they're doing, although these paws here are not helping. Come on, work with me here, Blender. You're killing me, Smalls. And then... seems I'm not as successful at this as I thought, chat. Just go into sculpt mode and hope for the best, I guess. Let's try reshaping this, applying the base. So if I do this now, it's still at 0.05, right? Let's try this. And sculpt mode. That's all smoothed out. Although to be fair, the air is not the biggest of my priorities right now. My main priority is just smoothing this out without having every bit of geometry sticking through possible. And I've done goofy again, chat. I, once again, forgot to set the symmetrize. Okay, that should be the one where it goes into sculpt mode. Redo that. Okay, let's try that again without stupid, yeah? In fact, I'm gonna Control-S this. If I need to fix it, I can go back to 36. Alright. Okay, maybe not quite that far down. I should just smooth this particular section. Now I can just smooth all this out, hopefully not have too many problems. Now after this I can do some detailing. Do things like the bones going up to from the hand to the wrist and all that fun stuff. Make sure that all the creases are good. We're just about ready to get going, huh? Okay. Maybe just not smooth that quite as much. The hands are a bit too bulky, unfortunately. Okay, Blender, I think I got your point. You don't like this, I get it. Okay, this. That one as well. Not that one, that one. Thank you. I might actually smidge that down just a tiny bit. Right, that should be most of the upper torso. Just need to do this bit now, which is easy enough to do. And go from here, down the back, to the abdomen. Just get in here and more smoothing. And unfortunately, this thing has decided that it wants to be funny. And unfortunately, humor is not tolerated when it comes to models. Where's that jerk? Alright, come here. Go. Probably even just this one a bit. Now we just smooth this lot out. Ah, yes, thank you, ambulance, for being the loudest thing possible. I'm pretty sure that picked up on mic. If it didn't, I'd be genuinely shocked. Alright, grab this, pull it all the way down, smooth it out, and just keep doing that until it does what I want it to. Alright, cool. Now we smooth this lot out. Ah, again with you, huh? I've still got to add texture and whatnot to this afterwards. And unfortunately, I am running a smidge low on time. I was intending to start the stream a bit earlier today, but then I just didn't get to it. I was busy helping my grandmother plant some plants, and I didn't particularly want to just boiling alive out in the sun because it is, or was, very hot out there. I'm not sure now because it's slowly becoming sundown. Alright. Pausing. Now we smooth these out and just form into the shape that we want. And then I can just add creases to indicate where they join into the foot a little bit later. I can promise you, chat, it will not look mushy forever. Only for a little while longer. And then after I've done all this and done a little bit more detailing, I can apply the base, and then hopefully we should have a lot less issues. Okay, not quite that large. I will smooth it out first though. Okay. Look out towards the front of it. And then that one out to the side. Smooth those out. And then this, just drag the toes a little bit. And then smooth out. I might have needed a bit more geometry when I was retopologizing this thing, but that's fine. It would not be the first time the consequences of my actions have come back to haunt me. And don't think I didn't notice you, little shitling. Yep. Just make sure I was in between this as well. I will need to probably do some greasing on there a bit later. Ouch. Getting more towards the front of this. I might even just indent this now while I'm here. Okay, that's good. That. The inflate brush is really handy when it comes to smoothing, I've found out. Because the fun thing you can do is you can inflate everything and then smooth it out, and it will keep roughly the same shape and size, except you now just have slightly smoother faces to work with. Now, smooth that out, and it seems like the toes, for the most part, on this one are already in line. This one out slightly. And I probably need to practice select up, and we should be good. Right, cool. That's the multi-res done. Now it's time to just define some details on this thing. Start with... What should I start with? To be fair, the hands are generally a better place to start. So I'll do just that. Now, I've lost quite a considerable amount of detail from this. So I'm just going to start detailing this as best I can. Do need to probably clay strips this. And on that as well. Just bring back all the detail that I've lost while smoothing this out. The fingers are still a little bit pudgy, but that's fine. Probably just smooth this actually. Smooth out the other side. Because I do still need to add creases and whatnot in here. Out, smooth that one out. That up a bit. And now I can do this. To be really close to that though. And then that. Now I have a finger. What I do is I can control that and have some nails sticking out. And what I can do now is I can just grab this edge of it and just pull it out a bit. And on the underside, I can use the crease brush to have the gap between the nail and the finger. Alright, it's probably a bit thick for a nail, but that's fine. side here. What I can do now is I can just stretch into here all the details of the finger piece. Is that here? I do not want the first color thing, so I just want the creasing. And then crease in here. So crease down the side. And then the last thing to do is just crease the knuckles at the top. Quite a fine brush for this. So what I can do now is I can actually pull in a matte cap. Or actually, do I want matte cap or do I just want to do cavity? Probably cavity would be good. Ah, that just makes it too dark. Alright, matte cap it is then. Just get rid of this cavity, it looks god awful. Go, and then smooth that one just back a bit. There we go. That's the first finger done. Time to do the rest of them. Detail that nail. That nail's a bit wonky actually. Now let's just grab this. Pull this out. Okay, now if I smooth this back in, I can use the grease brush and just here. Smooth that underneath there. Alright, sweet. Smooth this out a bit. Need to smooth that out as well. Like, the knuckles are just slightly too big. Now for the underside, where the creases on the fingers are actually pretty much gone. Alright. Side here. It's like really hard to not hit the other fingers at the same time though. So just need to bear that in mind whenever I go to crease something. That should be good. Looks like I might not be able to get this done before the end of tonight, and I did want to start doing animation tomorrow. Oh well, I guess that's what happens when you get scope crept. That's on me for wasting an entire hour yesterday figuring out how to attach the legs to the rest of the body. Like, that's on me, I'm sorry, chat. Okay, and that going. I'll at the very least finish doing the hands first. And then... What? Is that one? Yeah, a bit wonky on that side, that's fine. It's probably have that in a bit. Just everything around slightly just to make it slightly more sloped than the fingertip. Because these are probably way too thick for the base hands now. Okay, doesn't look like I hit the creases at all, which is good. And... Sorry. Smooth that out. What's that though? Probably not quite that smooth. Underside. Like that. Maybe add another one like that. Other side. Just crease it there. Alright, cool. Almost done with the fingers. I wonder if I should stream a bit earlier tomorrow, finish this, and then do animation, but then, like, I've got a lot on my plate if I do that. So I'm not entirely certain that's the best course of action. Yeah, okay, I need to, like, decrease the size of these fingers because it's getting a bit silly now. If I use the blob function. Yeah, if I do that, it's way too strong. I do not know, I'm afraid, chat. So I might just have to do this manually. Or even just maybe elastic deform might be... Ah. Doesn't like that. Just a little bit more. Like, I just want it to not look swollen as all. Is that too much to ask? Small amount of adjustment. There we go. That's a bit better. I do, however, still need to fix this pinky. Okay, maybe it's a smidge smaller. Yeah, there we go. Really got into there now. And decrease the size of that a bit. There we go. Actually looks vaguely normal now. And like that. Pinky nail. Sculpt that out a bit. I wonder if maybe I can do a little bit off stream, and then when I come back tomorrow, I can do like the final hair cards, and everyone can see the results. That might be probably the best, because I need a fair bit of time to do all the detailing on this, because this is quite a lot of detail to get into, even on stream. Like, it's all well and good that I did it for the Missing project, but I've done the entirety of this on stream. I'm not sure how interesting detail work would be to you guys. And somehow I managed to get into side view. I didn't ask for side view. Now did I, Blender? And on the underside... just cut up the sides here. And then the hand... if it will let me. I seem to keep getting interrupted by basically everything that is... like, everything but the mesh that I'm trying to work on. Mesh keeps getting in the way. That in. And I believe the hand... yeah, it's like... sort of like this. Cuts down to here. And then... down to around about here, probably. There and here. Just smooth that a smidge. And then, of course, I have to do the thumb as well. And then this, I just need to smooth the hand going into here. But to be fair, it does require a little bit of this as well. It does cut into there, at least on my hand, slightly. It could just be the fact I'm a bit too fat for my own good. Right, so now it's just the thumb, and I think I'll end off stream after that. Okay, smooth that out. Ah, just realized that the thumb is still a bit too fat. This as well. Just the thumb shape. It's quite silly that I have to deal with this. But, it's whatever. Out. Well, it's not really extrude, but close enough in this case. Out of it, and yeah, the thumb is still too fat for my liking. Why are you like this? I can't believe I have to move it so much to get to look the way it did before. So because this is... yeah, it's because that's all fattened up. Alright, that looks vaguely normal now. Alright, let's try this now that I've moved those around. Smooth that, and time to do the nail. Okay, maybe that was a bit too wonky. Alright, that's a bit better. Across there. That. Just the nail. There are kids screaming over at the neighbor's house, and there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, that bastard over there is annoying me now. Ooh, I'm gonna have to deal with that later. Okay, and that should be good. Because the nails do still need to be a bit wonky. And like, this man isn't getting any manicures or pedicures anytime soon, so having those be a bit wonky is probably for the best. Right, and then did I do the creasing on this? Doesn't look like it. Okay. There. And then that. That one there. It does connect, right? Yep. Alright. Just about done with the hands. Just gotta do a smidge of this. Just have the wrist, like the bones leading up into the wrist. And then there's also one here. Now if I smooth these, I now have perfectly detailed hands. Alright, I am going to save there and probably do some stuff off stream, because at this point this is starting to get a little bit silly. I will, however, finish this off on stream tomorrow, most likely. I don't believe there's anyone I need to raid tonight. I don't think there's anyone, at least. I always like to have a quick check, but don't see anyone here. Alright, I shall see y'all on the next stream tomorrow, where hopefully I can finish this project and then go on to animation.